Hey everyone, it's me Holly. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I am going to be giving you guys some advice and just, trying to give advice that I wish I had been told and I've had to tell it to myself. Anything new? Can anyone see anything different? There's something that I'm really showing off right now. I no longer have braces. It's been a long time, and do not, and I don't know if they're still up, but do not go back and watch old videos of me with my block brace in. Those were horrendous. Okay, because we're going to be talking about Judgement today, but let's be honest, if I came across block brace Holly, I would have judged. I would have. It really just hurt. And I've still filmed videos, so the grind never stops, really, does it? I never stop. Today, I'm just going to be giving advice. This is like girl talk. That's cringe. Why did I say that? By the way, every time I smile, I'm looking at myself thinking, where did that noise come from? It sounded like my bones rubbed each other. I don't know if the mic picked that up. And before we get into the video, 82.6% of my viewers are not subscribed. So go down below and check if you have subscribed. And if not, maybe consider it, If you do enjoy my videos, I would absolutely appreciate it. And I will feel so much joy. But yeah, let's continue the video. School. I'm going to start with school as like a general and go into different parts. Because school takes up your life, really, doesn't it? When you're younger, it's school. You don't get a break from school. You know what I mean? Like, it's constant. And whether you like it or not, which I think there's a small percentage of people that like it 100%. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, loads of people might like the idea of studying, hate school. Might love the school environment, hate studying. Do you know what I mean? So people like and don't like different parts. So I'm not expecting you guys to be sitting at home like, oh my god, I love school, like, yay. Like, if you are, yippee, go for it. Do you know what? That's an attitude that everyone strives for. Because honestly, it would have saved me. It would have saved me. Saved me so much stress if I just loved it completely. I'm going to start my whole chat again. Because I was not making sense in my own brain, let alone for a viewer to watch. Okay, so the first thing I kind of want to talk about is comparison and comparing yourself to other people, because do you know what? It's something that we all do, whether we want to admit it or not, whether we feel like we're really good and we don't compare to others. There's going to always be this slight thing in your mind where you're like, oh, but look at what they're doing. Like, we're not perfect people. No one's perfect. So we're always going to be looking for someone to kind of, it's not really the word idolize, but kind of wish to be. You know what I mean? Why did I wink? I didn't mean to do that. In a way, it could be true, but that doesn't mean you have to change your life to be like theirs, because why would you want to be like them when you're you? And let's be honest, you're never going to be them. You know what I mean? You're never going to be them. No matter how much you pretend, how much you change your lifestyle, you can adapt your life to be like someone's because they seem to have like a better way of living. For example, if someone's got a really good fitness routine and they're doing really well, and you've been feeling kind of down in yourself and want to kind of start doing a lot of exercise and stuff like that, it's absolutely fine to adapt your maybe your exercise routine. When it's like you're always copying someone. Like, I know I've never had this personally, but I know some people in the past have like had stories where there's a person who literally won't stop copying them and stuff like that. Like, never try and become someone else, because you're probably going to end up just feeling terrible about yourself, because you're going to come home at the end of the day and you're going to be you and not someone else, and you have to accept that. Because I'm always sitting here like, you know what? I see like Mimi Webb. She's an amazing singer. I love her music and she's doing really well. I'm like, I wish I could be her. But then at the end of the day, I know that that's not possible. You know what I mean? An example for like school is when you get test results back for like exams and stuff you've done, end of topic tests, anything like that. I know there was like everyone likes to call out what they got, and they're like, oh, I got a 5, I got a 6, I got a 4. You know what I mean? Like everyone's calling out what they got, and they're like, what did you get? And I've had it so many times where people are like, Holly, what did you get? Because I'm in some classes, I'm, you know, I get higher grades or whatever, like, you know what I mean? And they're like, what did you get? And I'm just like, I don't want to tell you. Because one, I don't. I just don't need to. I don't need to tell you. It's my grade. Like, go away. And two, you're probably going to be like, oh, well, you know, how did you do that? I had it so much where people would be like, asking me what I got. And it was just so awkward because I didn't want to tell them. Because I knew because they all, also, when people, before I even got a test result back, they're like, oh, you've got this, and it's like literally the highest grade, and I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I know I didn't, you know what I mean? Like, I know I didn't. Please don't say that, because when it is put down in front of me, that's going to make me feel terrible because you've just said that. Do you know what? Because I know what's coming, you know? I'm feeling solid in like a 7 or something, for example, but they're like, oh my god, you're going to get a 9. Like, I know I'm not. I literally, I know. So when it's put down and it's a 7, but you've just told me it's going to be a 9, it makes me feel awkward because I'm sitting there like, stop looking at me. Anyway, so that's kind of just, do not compare yourself to anyone else. You're not going to feel good in yourself if you're always striving to be someone else. The next thing I want to talk about is mental health. Sorry, did someone say Holly is talking about mental health again? Because it seems like I do that every single moment I get the chance to. I just feel like it's just so good to talk about, and it's actually really therapeutic for me to give advice. Like, I'm loving this. I'm like feeling good about myself right now. Popping out advice left, right, and center. Sometimes I say things that I've never even considered before, but it's flying out my mouth like nobody's business. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is great. You can't, like, sometimes when you're feeling a certain way, you cannot control that, and you can't change that emotion, and it's the most frustrating thing. Like, I know sometimes I'm having a really good day, and then it hits about 6 o'clock, and I'm sitting in my room, and suddenly I just get this wave of sadness, and I'm sitting here thinking, what has impacted my life that much? And I cannot think of a single thing that would make me feel like that. And I'm sitting here thinking, wow, is it something I've forgotten about? Like, have I forgotten the reason I'm upset? But sometimes we just are. And, like, in those moments, it's upsetting, and it's like, what is going on? And I've come to the realization now that, you know, it will pass. Most of the time, it will pass. And if it doesn't, that's something that you need to probably, you know, try and find techniques to help you with, or go speak to someone about. But normally, most of the time, it does pass. And, you know, one night you might be thinking, oh, like, I feel terrible right now, but you know that the next night you're going to be feeling okay. You wake up one morning and you just feel bad. Like, I've had that sometimes. I wake up in the morning, and maybe it's just the fact that I didn't like the way I woke up and I just felt terrible. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just can impact your day. But I do feel like, so I've heard people say that if you start the day badly, it just ruins the rest of the day. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. Because I do get what that means. Because sometimes when I'm in a bad mood in the morning, and then I get to school and I'm also in a bad mood. However, I've had times where I've been in a bad mood, gone to school, got in a better mood, or I've been in a really good mood, got to school and was in a bad mood. So, do you know what I mean? Like, don't take the start of the day as an indication of what the rest of the day is going to be like. Because there is more of a possibility that you're going to have a bad day if you've woken up and you feel like today's going to go bad. You know, you're catastrophizing, you're waiting for something bad to happen, which probably will make the day worse. However, if you wake up in a bad mood and think, let's just see what today it like brings, let's just see what's going to happen, likelihood is it's going to be whatever would have happened that day. You know what I mean? no matter whether you had a bad morning or not, that's how you're going to feel. That didn't make any sense, but it made sense in my brain. So let me explain this. Like, obviously, if you wake up in a bad mood, you're going to be in a bad mood in the morning. But then when you get to school and if you've said to yourself in the morning, do you know what? Let's see what today brings. That's going to bring you back to kind of a neutral mindset. Let's see what's coming. And then different obstacles throughout the day will change your emotions. And then those obstacles probably would have happened anyway. So, whatever happens will happen. Emotions are temporary. They will pass. And even if you've been feeling like really like sad and depressed for a long period of time, that doesn't create your future. It's not create, but like that doesn't determine just hit myself. That doesn't determine your future. Do you know what I mean? Like, a rough patch in your life will not, like, it doesn't mean that the rest of your life is going to be like that. It probably won't. You know what I mean? Like, you can have a really bad year and then one day something good happens and then you're feeling maybe just a slight bit more hope. Then, in a week's time, another good thing happened and then you get a little bit more hope and you're thinking, well, maybe things are actually going well now. And then in a month's time, something really good happens to you. And then you're like, wait, actually, maybe I'm feeling good. Like, you start feeling good about yourself. That was not English. You know what I mean? So, like, emotions are temporary. Some emotions last longer than others. Some periods of time can be tougher than others, but that's just life, really. I get so deep. This was meant to be like a girl talk, and now it's literally like a philosophical. Wait, philosophical. What does that mean? The next topic is judgment. Judgment. It's the one thing that I think a lot of us fear, and I feel like I fear it. I fear judgment. That's probably why I'm afraid to do a lot of things, and I'm afraid to step outside of my comfort zone. Like, I'm afraid to do a lot of things because I'm scared someone out there is going to judge me about it. See, in school, it's a very judgmental environment. There's different trends going around, and if you don't fit into the trend, then people are like, what are you doing? Like, you're gross. You know what I mean? Like, people are brutal. And I just feel like judgment ruins things. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I'm having fun and I'm like, wait, if someone sees me having fun like this, they're gonna think I'm a weirdo, even if they're not gonna think that. And then I stop having fun and I feel embarrassed. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's ruthless. I hate judgment. But the thing is, like, we all judge people. That's the thing that I need to also convince myself. We all judge other people. Like, I know that I've seen someone trip over in front of me and I thought, oh God, like, oops, I'm gonna laugh in a minute if I need to hold this in. Like, I'm not perfect. Of course I'm gonna find that slightly hilarious. Obviously if they're in severe pain, I'm not, but most of the time someone just does a little trip up the stairs and I'm thinking, I can't laugh. Like, I'm older than them. Like, in sixth form, I've literally had someone like trip up the stairs in front of me and I'm like, I'm literally like 3 years older than these people and I cannot be laughing at them. Like, that is bullying. That is, I'm a bully. You know what I mean? So something I said in a podcast where I've done a whole talk about judgment, which I'm not going to go that deep today, but I did mention that, is that we all judge each other and there's no way to stop it. Like, there's no way to erase yourself from someone's mind. If you've done something questionable, someone's going to be thinking about it, unless no one saw it. If someone did see it, they're probably going to tell their friend. I know that if someone did something really odd in front of me, I'm probably going to tell my friend Lily about it, or my friend Amy about it. And then what I need to realize, and what I feel like everyone needs to kind of realize, is that, the way you probably talk to your friends about other people is possibly the way that other people talk about you. There is a possibility. Like, I know that I do YouTube videos. People probably talk about that. People probably do. But as long as I don't know, oh, my PC shut down. As long as I don't know that they've said that, doesn't bother me. I'm past the point of caring, really. But also, they could be talking about you in a positive way. You never know. So it's something that I also need to accept, because I feel like a lot of things I'm worried about is because I'm scared that someone's going to judge me. For example, public speaking, standing up in front of a class. The only reason I'm scared of that is because I'm scared of what people are going to think of me in the class, or if I'm going to make a fool of myself, which will lead to people judging me. I was really worried for a while to actually reposting those of my singing videos, because I thought people were going to judge them, when it's something that I've loved for my whole life. So why would I not do that? You know what I mean? And it's only because I thought people were going to judge me. But now I'm also don't care, because my voice is actually okay. So if people are like, oh, that sounded bad, I'm like, but it didn't to me. So like, I don't care. Final topic I'm going to talk about is your past self, because why not? So basically what I mean by this is that you can't change anything in your past, whether you really want to or not. So you've just got to kind of see that part, like, that point in your life where you're just a bit like, what the hell was I doing back then? Do you know what? Like, please, like, if I even think back to that point in my life, I'm going to literally throw my head against a wall. You know what I mean? You got to see that and be like, you know what? I had to go through that to be where I am today. Like, if I didn't go through that phase, I wouldn't know how cringy it is. And I know in lockdown, a lot of people, including me, went crazy, really. So, especially in lockdown, if you think about something you did in lockdown and you think that is the most embarrassing thing I have ever done, why, like, that happened and people saw that, don't worry, because at least it was lockdown. At least you are at home. You know what? Everything is a way to grow and learn, and you make mistakes, and I feel like even now, I'm like, in how many years time I'm gonna look back on this video and probably think I'm a bit cringy, but it's just because we've grown up and we've moved on from that point in our life that we find ourselves cringy. I know I look back on old videos and I think, what the hell was I thinking? What was I thinking? But at the time, everyone loved it, because that's what everyone loved at the time. You know what I mean? That's what everyone was like. Or even if I was going through a really weird phase, like, I once, like, learned Olivia Rodrigo on the electric guitar, and like, I thought I was really cool. I had black nail polish on. Like, I wasn't emo, but like, I was kind of in my rock era. Not really, but you know what I mean? Like, I thought I was really cool. And I played the start of Brutal. Is it Brutal? By Olivia Rodrigo. And I was like, it sounded so good in my head at the time. I was thinking, I am going to be on a world tour by the end of next year. My cousin found the video and showed it to me recently, and I've never been more humbled. I've watched that video and I thought, come on now. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are, playing that guitar so horrendously? And I shared that with... Do you know what? This is the most... I made that video and I thought, oh my god, this is so good. I'm going to share it to everyone I know. I didn't share it to everyone I know, but all my close friends, I'm like, you can have this video, you can have this video, you can have this video. Because I thought, oh, this is the best thing I've ever done. Family group chat, my friends group chats. I think roughly about 10 people saw that video, and it's 10 too many, really, isn't it? Like, no. And I do feel like you're always going to look back on yourself and think, I am an utter weirdo. Why did I do that? And it's completely fine, and it's just normal. It's really normal, because if you didn't experience that, if I didn't do that video, I wouldn't know now that it was that cringy. Do you know what I mean? I've been talking for way too long. I need to edit this video for tomorrow, so I am going to say goodbye. So, thank you all for watching. Please check the description for any social medias, Instagram, TikTok, my podcast, like anything like that. It will all be in the description, along with frequently asked questions, my average description box always has my social media, frequently asked questions, and then other random bits and bobs included. So always go and check there. Also, if you did enjoy this video and also liked my advice or found it useful in any way, please do consider subscribe. I could not say that. Please consider subscribing because it would really help me, and I would really appreciate it. And I love you all, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.